Welcome to the Newsfeed. In today's episode, we're digging into the dangers artificial intelligence might pose in the upcoming general election in November. We preview a session from the Cascade PBS Ideas Festival that has watchers of this technology nervous about deep fakes. Plus, a pioneering African-American glass artist who broke barriers is one of 10 Black Arts Legacy's trailblazers for Season 3. I'm Paris Jackson. Today's top story: AI is a concern as we near the 2024 general election, particularly deep fakes and election interference. The host of Radio Atlantic, Hannah Rosen, sat down with Atlantic staff writer Charlie Warzel for a live podcast recording in May to discuss AI's potential threats. Take a listen.
There hasn't been big tech regulation in the United States, at least. Mm-hmm. And we've been, those problems are actually a little more in your face than this stuff right now. I think that the only bulwark right now against this stuff is that I do think people are generally pretty dubious now of most things.
Interesting.
I do think there is just a general suspicion of stuff that happens online. Basically, I don't know how effective these things are yet because of the human element. Yeah. Right? It seems like we have a little bit more of a defense now than we did, let's say in 2016.
Because we're savvier, because we're all talking to these people, because everybody knows that this is a possibility.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are just kind of beaten down by the misinformation in the world and things like that, where they just are less, willing to pick up the robocall, right? Yeah. There's things just like that. And I do think that time is our greatest asset here with all of this. The problem is, it only takes one, right? It only takes some person, in late October who puts out something just good enough, or early November, that it's the last thing someone sees before they go to the polls, right? And it's too hard to debunk, or that person doesn't see the debunking, right? And these elections are getting closer and closer, right? And it's harder and harder to understand, where they're swinging necessarily. So those are the things that make you nervous.
To watch the full broadcast segment, go to cascadepbs.org. A Seattle glass artist who started out with Del Chihuly and later became the first woman and first Black artist in residence at a renowned glass school in Venice is part of this year's Black Arts Legacy Season 3. A pioneering Black woman who carved out a niche in a predominantly white and male arts industry is featured in the third installment of Black Arts Legacies. Glass artist Debora Moore is known for her delicate, lifelike botanicals, skillful facility with color and pattern, and her glass-blowing innovations. Moore started in the late 1980s and has since established herself as one of the best botanical glass artists in the world, with a resume that stretches from Seattle to Italy. Moore says all of her work is a personal interpretation of nature.
My whole thing is to capture the essence of whatever I'm studying that I want to make. It doesn't have to look true to life. It doesn't have to be a scientific study. It's just my vision of what I see. We all have a gift of some sort. One of my gifts is that I make things. I look at things, I question how they're made.
I'm Paris Jackson. Thank you for watching the Newsfeed, your destination for nonprofit Northwest news. Go to cascadepbs.org for more.